So welcome back to another time where I'm playing the game. Didn't play it yesterday, so I also didn't upload a video, as you could see. Or we'll just load our latest save. So like last time I figured out if you want to go and read all of this, wait, that's not right. If you want to read all of the people's notes on like certain objects, you have to click here to actually read all of it instead of just the first page. So in this episode, I think I want to achieve a couple of things. I want to read more of the things they have to say. Maybe we'll try and figure out why it was actually 23 over here. Or why the story of the puzzle pieces was in that particular order. Also, we could just run around, roam around more. So, also I wanna look at the inscriptions. If it says like a particular date, that's what I want to know. The glossary, S.P.Q.R. Vigils? Watchmen often acting as the organized police force. Fear, a man as citizens. In the later empire, the word became a part of one's title or rank. For egregious, distinguished man signified an equestrian. Ver clarissimus, the most man. A senator. For perfectissimus, the most perfect man, was the title of the prefectus annone. Ver eminentissimus, the most eminent man, of the praetorian prefect. I don't know what any of that means then. Sinister, Dexter. Left and right. Right, so this is important for our boxes puzzle. That Sinister is left and Dexter is right. Description and graffiti. I've read that like multiple times. Not this one though. V. If you want peace, prepare for war. Those who come late to the table will find only bones. Temple dedicated to the spirit of Emperor Severus. Severi Augusti? I mean, I guess Severus is the same as Augustus. I don't know. The law is hard, but it's the law. Severity to Severus. Goodbye forever, Platian. Wars which mothers hate. And so it pleased the gods. Severus to the beasts. I see good, I approve, and I do evil. Calamidas. Love will triumph over everything. I came and saw. I will conquer. Vini vidi vincam. That's a bit different than Vini vidi vici. Horrible monster, hideous, colossal, Severus. Not many things, but something important. The poison at the end. Long live Verania. Seize the day. Carpe diem. We know all about that. To err is human. Errare humanum est. Spurn the world. After death, true pleasure. Eat, drink, and be merry. After death, no pleasure. The truth is revealed by wine. Eat until you are sick. If an augur sees an augur. That's about it then for the glossary. No, it's not. We were reading something else. Achilles heel. We didn't read all of that. Schools of thoughts. What are we reading here? I'm confused now. What was I reading? There's lots of things to learn as well. Wonders introduction. Statue of Zeus, temple, mausoleum. So those are the 7 wonders of the world. Coins. Everything is written on coins. I'm not sure what I was just reading. I am unsure. Let's read about... I want to read more about the inscriptions, but how do I get to that point? Temple of Concord. These are very nice drawings to have as well. It's very insightful if you want to be an historian. This is a map where all of the points where you can teleport to. So I don't think we've been here before. Not in this way, at least. I mean, I think we've been close to this. Apparatus id more. I was also planning to read or write down lots of things on the dates which they're occurring here. I mean, I need to know at least the place as well as the date. I mean, it says here ID more. That's supposed to be important. Temple of Vesta. I think we've read all of that actually. The last episode. Exactly that. Sybil has something to say about the zodiac Capricorn. The goddess Vesta is born The goddess Vesta is with those born under the sign of Capricorn in all that they do. It is her fire that leads them to certain tasks. They often work with gold and silver because it takes much heat to melt these metals. They are also individuals who always search for a better life. This is why they change their minds so easily and so often. It is easy for others to lead Capricorns from their chosen paths. The goat fish is the shape of their stars. So this is a goat fish. Aquarius, yeah, well, we can read about all the signs anyway. Vestalia, although we relight the sacred flame in the temple of Vesta on the calends of March, our most joyous time is the Vestalia in June, or celebration of the revered Virgin Goddess Vesta. For 7 days we open our doors to the women of Rome, who come barefoot with loose hair and bowed heads to view the Palladium. Our ancestor Aeneas rescued the sacred statue from the fires of Troy and brought it to Italy. It resided in Alba Longa and later was transferred to Rome to be kept in the Penetralia, inner sanctum of the Vestal atrium. Here it remains, promising safety to Rome if kept secure. I tremble to think what will happen to Rome should anyone steal the Palladium. Date ad vi et iun. Maybe we should note that down as well, this date. There might be more to read here as well. Preparing or offering. I have always enjoyed making the special mola salsa for our offering to Vesta. How peaceful and full of purpose I feel when cleaning the area and then grinding the salt into a powder so fine the best miller in Rome can't match it. The Vestals pick the earliest and freshest ears of corn, which are ground by hand into a flour almost as fine as the salt. We store this holy flour in the Fenetralia until the morning of the feast. We add water and form the cakes that feed our most revered Vesta. Bakers and millers rest during the festival in honor of Vesta. Games of Apollo. Did it say a date here as well? No, it didn't. This is another entirely different festival, so I don't know if we should be reading this already. I don't know. Maybe not. We can't enter here because it's not open yet. It's a nice thing to watch. And yeah, I must say that the game doesn't look bad. I'm actually kind of impressed with how good it looks. I don't even know where we are at now. East Forum. Regia. Supposed opening on AD 14th November. Not quite sure. S.P.Q.R. This is what we were reading earlier. But there's like tons and tons of more to read on the glossary, right? Yeah, most of these kind of make sense. Or if you would read them, Luna the moon goddess, I mean, probably you would guess that already. By just her head, I mean, yeah. Parma, small shield. Pater, fodder. I'm not gonna read like all of that right this second here. So here it is, the Dexter left, right, Gravity. I want to read a little bit more about the Roman numbers, because that might be just why the solution was 23, together with the clue that left and right is Sinister and Dexter. I mean, I kind of want to know why the solutions are like they are, but Secret of Roman numerals 1. So this is just basics. And the next page, which I didn't read. To my daughter Stella and to beginners, I usually explain the numbers in this way. The symbol I or 1 is like a single figure. No confusion there. The V symbol or 5 is like a quick sketch of a hand's 5 fingers. The X or 10 represents 2 hands joined. The C is an abbreviation of centrum or 100. M or 1000 is an abbreviation of mil. I can't recall the origin of the L or the D. We sometimes use the Q as a shortcut for 500,000 or quinquagenta milla. I will provide a few examples to illustrate the basic numbers and how we combine them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Tradisim, 20, wait, it doesn't give me the number here. It's 23, so I don't know. Du Cento 200. $260. Is there more to read? No, there isn't. At least we know that sinister is supposed to mean right? But there's so many pages to scroll through. So let's go. Don't know where. So, yeah. Wasn't there somewhere over here a day too? It's also very hard to miss places because you can only snap in places, like certain places, not all other places. Can't look at this door, which is very weird. Temple of Concord. It's basically where you start, right? Could go up here. This, I don't know, it looks weird from up here. It's a nice view though. So, yeah. Gods be praised. Continue. Not sure if I've read this already, maybe not. Prefect of the Praetorians. Palladian still indulges himself as if he hadn't been stripped of most of his power last September. The prefect has been with Severus the longest of anyone, and that still gives him the inside track, as the charioteers say, and yet my sources tell me that Palladian has already been accused of treason by the Emperor's brother on his deathbed last year, but word of this is leaking out just now. A remarkable student, so eager to get to the tabularium this morning. It is so pleasurable to be able to work with such an engineer as Xanthus. His parents and tutors did an excellent job shaping and educating the wild and uninformed child into the man and engineer that we see today. Thanks Jupiter, he noticed a flaw in the plans for the new Ark. His training at Alexandria and his early schooling in Corinth are serving the Empire every day. Can't click there though. That's where we're at now. Temple of Antonius. Antoninus. Supposed to be Friday ID April. I mean, who knows what it means, right? I'm pretty sure I read about this. Nero's original water organ is stored here. Yeah, we've read all of that, maybe. Mosaic floors. Pretty good. June, June. Let's just go ahead and walk around, take notes for a bit. Not sure what we need there. I mean, where are we even? Forum. Oh. The Miliarium Aurum. The golden milestone was erected by the Emperor Augustus between the Temple of Saturn and the platforms of the Rostra to mark the center of the Roman Empire. Inscribed on the gilded bronze surface of this 4-foot wide marble shaft are the names of all the important cities of Italy and the Empire, and their distance in miles from Rome along the complex network of military roads. Naturally, I have committed all of these numbers to memory. So that might be a clue as well. Important numbers. The Navel of Rome, I've read that, I'm pretty sure. The Temple of Saturn. The Temple of Saturn sits on one of the oldest and highest podiums in the Forum. A massive pile of travertine blocks. Its two-tiered staircase pushed towards into the Clivus Capitolinus. The temple itself towers above the Forum with a facade composed of 6 unfluted columns. In fact, it's a pseudo-peripteral pro-style hexastyle temple of the Ionic order. I'm very bad at reading today. Temple of Saturn. Temple of Saturn was expanded and refurbished in the time of Augustus and still houses the state treasury. The aerarium deep within its brick vaulted podium. When Julius Caesar took over the treasury at the beginning of the Civil War, he found 15,000 bars of gold, 30,000 of silver, and millions of sesterces, which he used to finance his campaign. So bad at reading. Then again, you gotta practice so you get better. So where is this pillar where I can read all this interesting numbers? So these numbers he supposed memory them. I don't know. So those are the distances, and these are the cities. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what he was talking about, right? This pillar. That's where it came from. Sometimes it's very hard to not get turned around. The middle of the night. I woke with strange dreams, only fake images. But when the visions come and I'm not performing for a customer, I get uneasy. It has been so long since I felt three powers inside me. Perhaps they stir again. Perhaps my mind's eye will reopen at last. Right. So also, if I would want to skip ahead through the game, right? I don't want to miss out on like these scrolls, because they only appear on a certain date. We're only like very little into January, but I might have to skip ahead at some point because there's not enough to read anymore, or just not enough interesting things to explore. I mean, it is confusing and weird how you can navigate this game. That's for sure. This temple here, let's see. Does it even show me where I am at the moment? I'm over here. I'm seeing this Temple of Jupiter, right? Or what am I seeing? You would think I would be seeing the Temple of Jupiter. It doesn't tell me like a date or something. So I don't know. No date around here. And I'm going back up, which is amazing. Who knows even which way to go? Never back at Sybil's place. I mean, in some way, things are a little bit odd as well. Like if you want to read something specific, it's kind of a chore to. You can't even scroll through this amazingly fast, right? I mean, it's possible, but just takes time. September. Like here. Sybil. See about that. Write this down. All in all, I don't think it's too bad. Like, I could run around rather okay fast. That stairs is closed off. Maybe in September that opens, I don't know. Who is to say? Also, it kind of looks like some of these stairs can be climbed upon at some point, but oh, what is that about? So yeah, at this point, I don't know much what I'm doing here. The new calendar. Which I was also confused about. I think I read this, but I didn't read the next page. The days of the months. The first day of the month is called calends. And in the old calendar, it coincided with the new moon. No one should marry on this day if they want good luck. There are other times which are not proper for men and women to join. These are the 5th and or 7th days of the month, the nones, and the 13th or 15th day, the ides. This is even known. It is even known that the days after the calends, nones and ides, are black, on which no business should be done. Every other day is counted by how close it stands, hence ante diem, before the day of. To the calends, nones or ides of the months. Days of the week. Before Augustus, 9 days passed until each market day. It is since then that the Romans used the 7-day week called the Septimana, which means 7 mornings. The days of the week come from the gods and from the planets, the sun and the moon. The days are the soul's name. So the sun, moon, the war, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn day. The hours of the day. In Rome, the day begins at midnight, or the 6th hour of the night. The night is divided into 4 2-hour parts called Vigiliae, watch. There are 4 watches, 2-hour watches. The day, on the other hand, is split into 2 parts of 6. I'm thinking here. So we have 4 2-hour parts, and then we have 2 6-hour parts, which would total up to like 14 hours. So I don't know what the heck. Actually, no, it's like 12 plus into 4. 4 2-hour parts. Shouldn't that be like 4 3-hour parts? To make it 12-hour and then 12-hour in the day. The meridies, or midday, means the 6th hour of the day. Thereby, the hours prior to it are counted as those before the midday, and the hours which follow it after midday. So confused. I think there's a few errors like that in the game, which makes 0 sense. Or maybe I'm stupid. Sundials. The Solaria came to Rome from Greece after the First Punic War. The shadow of the sun hits the lines on the circle to show the time. The shadow clocks, however, are inconvenient in many ways, and for that reason, now lately out of use. Yeah, because they're not consistent, as well as the seasons change, the shadow changes. Since they rely on sunshine, they cannot be used at night and need correction depending on the time of the year. Also, the arm which casts the shadow, which is called the stylus, must be of different lengths, say at Rome, Athens and Alexandria, or even in the same seasons, the length of the day differs. I guess yes. The appearance of Clepsydra, the water clock, helps to account more accurately for the flow of time. It consists of a vessel with orifices that is filled with water and measures time as it empties. It also needs some adjustment according to the season, but it can be used in the dark, for example, in an army camp, to count the 4 watches dividing the night. I'm still confused about those 4 watches, because it's supposed to be 4 watches of 2 hours, which only totals to 8 hours. And if the day is then twice 6 hours, it's only 12 hours, which means you have not enough hours in the day. So I don't know. But that's about it. Next time probably we'll read more. Maybe find more stuff about dates. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.